Becoming is better than being. And that's precisely why we consider ourselves to be a work in progress. It means that you are never complete and you always have the opportunity to become someone better.
Yes, it gives you the ability to be comfortable with making mistakes and accepting yourself for who you are.
We are work in progress. I am MC Squared.
I am AX.
And I am your host, GK.
You have to slide that in there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, people must know. Anyways, we're gonna go straight into our rapid fire game today, the icebreaker. Basically, the team behind the scenes thought of the 3 smartest people in this room. And they selected the 3 to be Mr. MC Squared, Miss AX,
In order.
and Mr. GK.
Yeah,
What?
in order. He's right, that's the order actually.
And Mr. GK. So what we're going to do is put that to a test.
Okay.
Anna, our producer, has sent us each 5 questions, which we're going to ask to the panel, to the rest of you. And then we'll answer them and, at the pace we can go with. So we'll start with me, then MC Squared, and then we'll end with AX, okay? Sawa, are you guys ready?
Go.
You have 10 seconds per question, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Number 1, when was COVID-19 first discovered?
December 31st.
December 2019.
Correct.
I said December 31st.
Yes.
Where in China
I said
was
December
COVID-19
1st.
first
Wuhan.
discovered?
Wuhan.
Correct, 1 point each. Where was the Delta variant first reported?
South Africa.
South Africa?
India.
Wow,
UK.
you know what? MC Squared? AX is correct. Okay.
We
Next.
said South Africa at the same time, no?
India is the correct answer.
Sorry.
People are forgetting your. Next question.
Stop
When
chatting,
was
it's
the
okay.
COVID-19 pandemic declared?
A pandemic.
February
Yeah, come on.
2020.
February 20. I want a date. I want an exact date, guys.
An
You are
exact
asking
date.
for too
Yes.
much. I feel like 10 seconds have already
AX.
gone.
Okay, fine. Sorry. It was 11th of March 2020. Off by about a month. Come on, guys.
Sad.
Okay. When was the first case of COVID-19 first reported in Kenya?
The
It was
14th of March or 15th of March 2020.
What do you think?
15th.
Both of you are wrong.
13th?
It is
12th.
12th of
Was it
March
12th of March?
2020. So I think this is a draw. We're going to give it to both of you.
All right, yay.
Yes. Mr. MC Squared,
Yes.
you're next.
Yes. Please don't look at my questions.
I'm really trying not to. I'll even
Please
do this.
don't.
I'll even
Please
do this.
don't.
We do not
Please
cheat
don't.
here.
I even said amen to what you were saying, so
We do not
Done.
cheat
We
here.
do not cheat here.
nice.
Okay.
How many countries does Kenya share a border with?
Ooh.
We've done this before.
Somalia, Ethiopia, South Sudan. 5.
6.
Correct.
5, yes.
5.
Come on.
You got
Point
that.
for GK.
In what year did the US Embassy in Kenya get bombed?
1998.
Correct.
Thank you.
You're going to lose your second position.
It's okay.
What is
it's okay.
happening?
It's fine. I'll get you back when I have to do my questions. It's fine.
How many UNESCO World Heritage Sites are there in Kenya?
3.
10.
Wrong.
7.
5.
7. Correct.
But she's
I
wrong.
have to give it to Hannah. Good. You guessed
How am I
twice.
wrong? I get
Two.
you.
You also guessed
Don't be
twice.
salty.
Fair enough. Okay.
Who was Kenya's second vice president?
Okay. So it was Joseph Murumbi.
Correct.
I was never going to get that.
I knew it.
I was never going to get that.
Last
Oh my
one.
God. Kenya's lake system comprises of 3 intertwined lakes. These are Lake Nakuru, Lake Elementaita, and
Lake Naivasha,
no.
Lake Turkana?
You want to bail out?
Lake Bogoria.
Lake Bogoria, correct.
Ah, so that's 4-1. That's a very easy victory for Mr. GK.
All right. So, how many sides does a heptagon have?
Heptagon.
This is
Eight.
Eight sides. 9 sides. 12 sides. 11 sides. 10.
Hept. 7.
7. Oh,
We said 7.
When did you say 7? I only heard 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
we did not say 7. We went from
We did
8,
not say
we
7?
went from 8 to 13.
Because I was counting 10 seconds. I'm trying to adhere to the rules of the game. All right. What is the top number in a fraction called? You know how a fraction you have 1 here, line, 1 here?
Denominator.
No,
Numerator.
Hey, that's given to me. That is
No,
given to
it's
me.
me said
His name is
numerator
Mr.
first.
Stats, but he said the wrong word. So please.
No, it's me.
No.
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm
Thank
getting
you.
conflicting views from the audience.
What?
Thank you. It's me.
It's
me.
GK, that one.
It's me.
It's GK, because I
Okay,
said
fine,
the new
fine. You will get this one. I'll even direct it to you. What is the perimeter of a circle called?
Circumference.
Come on now.
I got it.
I had to think.
Come on now.
Oh, this
I even
is
directed it to
unacceptable.
you.
This is unacceptable. I have to think.
MC squared. Come on now. Live up to your name.
We need to
You
change
guys
that
are
name.
rigging. You guys are rigging.
All
but
right.
They are not letting me.
Which number is greater, a Google or a quadrillion?
A Google.
A Google.
It's a Google.
We
Was
both-
right.
It's mine. That one is mine.
This is rigging, but it's okay.
All
No
right, the
problem.
last but not least. Where was the first recorded instance of math games played? Where was the first recorded instance of math games played?
May I say that
Math
if
games played.
if I win this, I'll have beaten our Mr. Stats.
Greece.
You know you're wasting time. You have like 2 seconds left.
Greece.
Canada,
No.
Greece.
No.
China.
No.
Japan.
Egypt.
No. The answer is Africa. You Pan-Africanist. Sub-Saharan Africa as well.
What?
Okay.
Who won? Myself.
I think I won
I
that
think,
one.
you know what, let's just say that we all
No,
won.
no.
You want to know who the real winner here is? Our education system.
Yeah, GK won that one,
Ah,
fair and
come
square.
on
But anyways,
now.
we're going to move on to the discussion. And
Okay.
as you've seen from the
Sure.
first batch of questions that we talked about, we're going to go back. Go back to the dreary 2 years that we have experienced as
My good
people of
God.
the world, where all of us got equalized under this nonsense called COVID-19.
Some people are more equal than others.
Some, yes, but all of us
Animal
felt the
Farm.
same page.
101.
Okay, so apologies. So, what we're going to talk about is actually not necessarily about the pandemic behind us, but what has happened since the release of the mask mandate by the government, which
Okay.
happened
Oh, yeah.
about 2 weeks ago, 3
Okay.
weeks ago. And we're going to talk about masks in particular, and then we'll have a wider conversation about COVID and the future of COVID.
Okay.
So, do you guys know, when I went to the shop the other day, the weirdest thing for me was that masking is now a choice.
Yeah.
I'm so used to now just seeing people's eyes, and I actually prefer it that way. It's easier, it's better that we don't see what
You don't
people's
have to
emotions
fake
are dealing.
smile when you
don't
see a
have fake
stranger,
smile when you
you
see a
can just-
stranger or someone that you've just met like 3 times. So I like masks, but I want to hear, what are your conversations, what are your beliefs around the whole idea of the mask mandate and everything that has to entail with it?
Okay, so before I begin, I do want to say, like, you're very correct in the sense that it is a choice, right? But dropping mask mandates isn't the same thing as ignoring COVID. The government still has a very robust COVID containment policy in place. And also, please remember that just because you are okay and you don't need to wear a mask, that there are other people who don't have immune systems that are as strong as yours, and they might need you
Protect
to wear
them.
a mask.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
please take care. So now, as for what I think it's about time. Like if you've been monitoring the COVID positivity rate,
Okay.
it's been less than 1% for nearly a month now.
Really?
It's been really low, right? So I was expecting it. I just wasn't expecting it now. And it's not just that the positivity rate is low, like the number of hospitalizations is low, number of people in ICU is low, number of people in home with COVID is low. So all around, like right now is the right time, and I'm completely for it. Completely for it.
What are your first remarks, Mr. MC Squared?
Concerning masks, I think, come on. Today I'm going to mask all my jokes.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay.
Okay. It's true. What I think is when we brought in people to wear masks,
Yeah.
it's not like it was a means to an end. Yeah. We would eventually have long-term measures to
Yeah.
sort of curtail the spread of
COVID, yeah.
Mask was just
Was a short-term fix.
fix to a long-term problem. So I think at the end of the day, you have to eliminate the short terms,
Yeah.
which is the mask and all these other things we had to do rapidly to contain COVID.
Okay, but now my question is for you guys. Masks became a business. If you guys can recall,
Yeah.
the first week of COVID, actually the first month,
There was no mask.
do you remember the price of masks?
So
My
expensive.
goodness.
There was so
100 bob.
expensive.
I heard stories of pharmacists keeping masks kando so that they can sell them
On the
extra,
side, yeah.
or keeping it for their family. Masks were like diamonds.
Gold, Bana,
They were very
gold,
serious.
gold.
And
Extremely.
so people were spending up to 4,000, 3,000 for a packet of masks.
Or
One
alternative-
mask would be like 250 bob.
Or alternatively, you have like your one mask and you use it over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, people were making money
Yes.
knitting masks
The
all
cloth
the time.
masks.
The
Before we
cloth
found out
masks.
they weren't as effective as the KN95 ones.
Yes. So Now,
KN95 ones were sort of the upper class mask.
that was upper class. That one is if you're wearing a KN95, you're showing uko na pesa.
Completely upper class.
It's a good mask, okay?
Okay, clearly we know someone who was wearing the KN95s. But anyways, so
upper class.
it created an entire business. It created an entire economy of its
That's
own.
true, that's
And now what has happened is the masks have flooded into the economy. I don't know if you guys have driven through Ruaka or have driven through town, and you hear those things. I find them the most annoying in the world. Those radios where they shout, masks, tano, 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 masks, tano, the sanitizer 50. Have you heard those things?
Mask kumi hamsini.
No, what?
They're like replay, and they replayed the whole day, just telling you that the mask is 10 bob or 5 bob. And so masks have dropped in value very significantly.
That's true. That's
So what happens for people who've built businesses around it? Do they just or was it just a short-term gain and you have to now move on?
I think if you think of it that way, mask is just a normal, like a usual product that you have at your shop, like sugar or salt. So at the end of the day, if it's not selling, you just have to remove it. I do not think there are people who bought masks in such a manner that you
They
had
can't
containers and containers of them that you can't use, except of course the manufacturer.
Yeah.
But then again, you can say, as she said, that if you still think you should wear a mask, it's okay to
You can
continue
buy
wearing
it.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, I also do want to note that, like, just because we're not wearing masks for COVID anymore doesn't mean we're not going to wear masks forever, right?
Yes.
Like, people, I think you should still be wearing a mask if you're sick with
you have
the
a
flu,
cold,
or you have a bacterial infection or a viral infection. Definitely mask up. Now that we've normalized the practice,
Yeah.
I don't think the industry is going to die down. Maybe it'll get
Not really.
smaller, but I don't think it's going to die down. Like, not anytime soon.
So you think we'll never say farewell properly to masks? It's part of the new normal.
It's a good thing that it's back, because now I think, was it MC Scott, you were telling me that the rate of flu like
Yes.
really fell when we were all wearing masks.
Actually, yes, actually, yes. Flu infectious, by the way, from when COVID was reported and then people started wearing masks, the infections fell.
And there are people in different populations around the world who actually have practiced wearing masks while ill. Like I think it's Japan,
South
Korea. I apologize. One of those countries that.
No, you didn't say Taiwan. It's okay.
Wow. Okay.
Like basically Asia.
Southeast Asia.
Yes.
That have been known for, when they're ill, wearing masks as a form of respect and protecting other people.
Yeah.
So do you think that's going to be? You feel that that's going to become now part of our new normal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of the new normal,
Yes.
now. People have been in real debates about whether COVID is actually going to end. Are we enjoying these mask-free mandates for the first time in 2 years just to go back into another lockdown 2 months from now? Is COVID, and this is the question, and you got to give me your real definitive answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Is COVID a thing of the past? Is COVID finished in terms of being scary to people?
Well, can I answer first, or do you want to go?
Sure.
I remember reading, I'm not sure if it was a paper or an article that said that COVID will become like what the flu is now today.
Yeah.
Initially, like back in the day, flus used to kill loads and loads of people. And now, hopefully, if you're very lucky, you just get the sniffles, your body temperature goes up, you have body aches, but after a couple of days, you're okay. And I'm thinking that that's where COVID is heading, just by how many people got infected with Omicron. That what's it called? Your body has learned how to fight the COVID,
Pandemic.
which means that I think we'll see weaker and weaker variants being out in the wild. Having said that, I will say that China is currently going through
A huge wave.
a huge outbreak. I think it was completely unprecedented. So I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
So do you think now we just treat it like the common flu? It's flu season, people get COVID. It's COVID season, so instead of flu season, now we call it COVID season, and we just get COVID and move on.
But then there is a problem when you say that and thinking of COVID as a flu disease. Now look at, for example, the Black Plague. What happened in the 20s, right after the war?
Spanish flu,
Yeah.
Ebola.
Those things ended. Yeah, they were like a one-time thing. So is COVID at a level where we can say this is a one-time thing? It'll probably end. Then in 100 years,
It'll come back.
we will get another disease. It could not be COVID, but it'll be another disease.
Another sort of. Actually, there are people who are predicting that the speed of us getting these pandemics is going to increase. In fact, it is increasing the likelihood of us maybe we may experience another pandemic in our lifetime.
So there's actually
no, not another pandemic.
Oh no, it's entirely like we are the generation that were told. We are the generation that have experienced 2 economic crises and a pandemic.
Yes.
More is coming along the way. Like we just have to be very resilient. But before we conclude this discussion, I do want us to talk about a population we often forget: people who have had COVID for the last 2 years. Like it's just not going, and they're still sick.
It's called long COVID. Yeah.
So for them, COVID is not ending. No matter how much treatment they're getting, because one of my best friends has long COVID. No matter how much she's tried, she still has it, and she's had it for the last year.
So as in she still
she still has COVID.
Continually positive
for the last year. She still has body ache. She has lost a sense of smell. She's lost a sense of taste. She gets very winded when she does like any kind of physical activity. She has COVID.
Does she like go to work now?
No, she's been working from home. Like
she's been in isolation for 2 years.
No. Thankfully, she lives with her partner, and they're all very happy. He's been very kind to the way they take care of each other. But it's still, she still has COVID.
Long COVID.
Can she infect people like every time?
No. So I think from last time we spoke, I believe that her partner got the vaccination, so he's not necessarily like never going to get COVID again, but he's protected. Yeah. So he's okay.
I think that's more of a lesson, because COVID to many of us has become this thing you just go through. Remember in the beginning where we were all very frightened, putting guys in isolation, guys were leaving the house, guys were buying own dishes for it, for all these things. But now COVID has become this thing that you go through. You go through 3 days, you're done, you're out, you test negative, you go on. But there are still people who will experience the harder times of COVID, and there are still cases in which COVID will be more strenuous to more people. That is actually, thank you for that one. That's actually a good point.
So yeah, you have to.
My last question. Do you think masks were effective?
So.
Yes. But anyways, X, go first.
Okay. So I do believe that they were effective, that they are effective. But I also noticed that when Omicron was doing its thing,
it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. People were still getting sick or not. I mean, I didn't. Praise Jesus. I did not get sick.
Amen.
But
Amen.
thank you. But I'm also aware of like anecdotal evidence that suggests that perhaps masks were not as effective as they should have been.
With this one.
Yeah. With this particular variant.
I think masks were very protective because, as you said, they were a short-term fix. What they do is they slow down the spread.
And
as long as we're not standing, the thing is, Mr. MC Squared, if you sneezed right now in front of us,
please don't.
We're getting what you're getting. It's
not
just
going to sneeze, no.
We're getting what you're getting. But if you wear your mask, the likelihood of us getting what we're getting is less. And that's, I think, what masks did. They just protected you a little more than anything else would have. So I think masks were very necessary.
Another thing the masks did that they made now sure that their forehead is the new point of view.
Nice. No. He does have a point. Like masks.
No, we stopped about the dimples,
with the hair.
smiles.
So now it's like your eyes, this part of your face.
Have you been able to figure that out?
And the braces people, braces people used to floss seriously. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Wait, was that a pun on purpose? They used to floss?
Oh no. I don't know what's wrong with you guys today.
I think we call it. I think we call it.
Welcome back to Work in Progress. Now it is time for us to conclude with a segment that has become a bit popular in the world of the social media.
Wait, hang on. Allow me to introduce it.
There's
a bit of a...
Floor is yours.
Floor is yours. So, in the grand scheme of internet viral polarizing debates, we have a new one. You guys remember the blue dress? The blue dress?
Yeah, it was blue and everyone was saying it's
blue or black, or was it white and gold?
It was blue and black.
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 Don't arguing that if it's your brain that tells you what color it is.
Yeah, it's blue and black.
It's blue and black, just the reflection of light apparently makes you feel.
So now we have another one. Guys, are there more doors or wheels in the world?
Are you done with your introduction?
I'm pretty much done. There are so many other ones, but I feel like we're about to get some fire from this discussion. Are there more doors than wheels in the world?
I believe
yes,
quite vehemently that there are more wheels than there are doors in this world that we call the world.
You're usually on the fence.
I'm not being on the fence today. There are more wheels. Let me give you this, for example. Let me just give you this as one example. Between 1 billion and 1.8 billion tires are disposed every year. Between 1 and 1.8 billion tires are disposed every single year.
Okay.
Billion.
Okay.
Alafu. Next one. There are factories that recycle over 24,000 tons of tires every single year. You can't tell me, and that's just for cars. Now you're forgetting the wheels on chairs. You're forgetting the wheels on the bus that go round and round. All those things affect how many wheels. There are more wheels than doors. Doors are not replaceable. You don't replace them. And that's my complete belief.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to go next? Actually, to add to that fact, there are over 2.5 billion wheels produced every year.
Now, in fact, it's not even a conversation.
Yes. And you see, let me be bold and tell you that this conversation is not about how many more doors are there than wheels, or how many more wheels are there than doors. It's a factor, like how many times more are there wheels than doors?
Oh.
I feel there is 10 times more
wheels
than there is doors. There could be 20 times more wheels than there are doors.
There are entire locations, entire islands that are just full of stacked wheels.
Wait. Just for the sake of like getting a different perspective, right? I'm firmly team wheels, firmly 100%. But
it's no wonder the smartest people are sitting on the table today.
Wow! But for the sake of argument,
for the
sake of argument, let me just say, I think there might be more doors than wheels. For example, a car has 4 wheels, right? But it has 5 doors.
Yeah, but do you replace those doors every time you change? Every time your tire busts, do you replace the door? Be like, my tire has burst, so I'm gonna change the door.
Let me ask you a question, right? How long, right? Does it take? What is the frequency of building a house compared to the frequency of number one, manufacturing wheels, making bikes, making rollerblades, making skateboards,
trains?
Think the frequency. It would take you maybe a year to get a house and then add doors to it, and of course buy your fridge and stuff.
Yeah.
And by the way, just for everyone to know, we are part of the majority on this.
Yeah. By
if you look at the internet,
the
Twitter poll that was released by some New Zealand guy who has become multi-famous from just one question.
He jealous?
A little bit. Let me not lie. He did the poll, and the winners
he beat you to
were the
it?
wheels.
Yeah,
53%. I have all these philosophical questions. I don't know why mine didn't come out this way, but anyways.
Okay. I guess another question to like ask about the future is: do you think that there will always be more wheels than doors? Because like with things like Ubers, people don't need cars anymore. So and also like with people like things like people don't need cars anymore. So is it possible that there will be a future in which there are more doors?
Also, there's a future that could be that people don't use as many doors as they used to.
We always need a door.
Think of it. We're going to reduce wood because of.
Not all doors are made from wood.
That is true, but I'm just saying it'll reduce the number. Number 2, one of the things about people are now inventing new ways of living, where you have doorless homes.
Doorless homes.
Yes. No, you have the inter-door, and then inside the house, no doors.
Now that you guys have mentioned the future, will there be more virtual doors than?
Because that also counts.
Wheels?
There's no virtual wheels. What do you mean a virtual wheel?
So like in the metaverse.
In the metaverse, there are cars there. Those are virtual wheels.
Wait, why do you need a car in the metaverse?
Can't you just appear wherever
Exactly.
you
That's
a
the whole
racing
point of the
game.
metaverse.
You could play a racing game in the metaverse.
But aren't those like...
No, let's not even go there.
Let's
bring the metaverse conversation here. But will there be more virtual doors than virtual wheels?
Okay, so... one last question. This is a little bit different. Do you guys think that there are more blades of grass in the world or more strands of hair?
Yeah, I also saw that debate around it. And that one makes no sense to me.
What do you mean it makes no sense?
Because
now
grass...
You're back to your fence ways.
What do you mean?
Your fence
I'm about to make
ways.
a very clear statement. There's more grass than there is hair in the world.
Dude, just take a look at yourself in the mirror, okay? I see so many little strands of hair that make up your dreadlocks.
Compared to the grass in a garden.
Yes! Dude, you have so much hair! And that's just you!
I'm adamantly for the side that there's more grass than there is more grass than hair. And I think it's not even close.
More hair than grass.
Question. There are billions of strands of hair in a human.
Okay.
No, you be serious.
I don't know. Is that fact?
It's fact.
Okay.
So,
facts.
do you wanna
No.
change your answer?
Yeah, I'm sticking
Please
by
change
it.
your answer.
I mean,
hair.
right here there are 3 billion strands of hair. Do you want to go outside and count?
It's hair. Change your answer.
And plus, hair like grows all the time.
And so does grass.
I don't know how to help you. I don't.
Forests are full of grass.
But grass is also a very resilient plant.
There's
It's
grass in
everywhere on
water.
Earth.
There's grass everywhere.
There's hair in water too.
That's besides the point.
Please change your answer.
No, I refuse to, but
Yeah.
that is where we're gonna stop today's episode. Thank you so much for watching Work in Progress, and we will be here with you like we always are next time.